Welcome back. My name is Melissa Leister and I work for Smart Technologies. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through all about our Smart IQ, which is our embedded Android operating system. And you're looking at it right here in the background. It's built into all of our smart interactive flat panels. And I'm going to go through all the features of it today so that you can better learn to utilize your smart display that you have in your classroom. So to see it a little bit better, I'm going to share my screen. And what you should be able to see is not only see me up at the board still interacting, but you're also going to be able to see this screen a little bit larger in front of you. So just a little bit better viewing for you. So give me 1 second here to share my screen and then we will get started. All right, so what you should be able to see is what's up on my board, which again is called the Smart IQ, and that's built into all of our panels. So when you think about it, it's like almost having a smartphone built into your panel. So that means you can use the panel without connecting any type of external computer or Chromebook or anything like that. Now, of course, you still can connect those external devices, but you also can just use what's built into the board. So let's go ahead and get started. So over here on the left-hand side, the first thing we like to show is the fact that you can sign into this experience, all right? And why would you want to sign into this experience? Well, it just makes it a much more personalized experience for whoever using the board. Your content is a little bit more safe, right? Anything that you do is saved automatically under your name, and you're able to personalize some of the settings on the board. So I'm already signed in just for time's sake, but when you would click on this icon up here in the upper left-hand corner, it would ask you to sign in, and you are able to sign in with either your Google or Microsoft District credentials. So I signed in with my Google credentials, and you can see it says, welcome, Miss Leister, and I'm able to start to get going. So like I was saying, you're able to personalize some of the settings, and settings is in the bottom left-hand corner. I just touched it down here. And if I go into, for example, wallpaper, I can change my wallpaper. And if I wanted to, we have some pre-created backgrounds here. So maybe I want to take us to space for the day. But you notice now my wallpaper is a little bit different. So that's one of the settings that we find teachers really like to change. You could plug a little USB thumb drive into your panel and pull up a picture of your class and put that as the background. So just personalizing saves all those settings, along with anything that you start to do. So I'm going to go through, we've got a built-in whiteboard, we have some applications. Any of those things that you start to participate in, all automatically are saved under your smart account in your sign-in. So that means when you sign out at the end of the day, when you come back in tomorrow, all your content's going to be saved once you sign back in. Another really great feature about signing in is the fact that, like I was just saying, all your files are saved under your sign-in, okay? So any of the files that you complete or pull up on your board, your physical board, are saved right under your sign-in. But then also what's happening now is the board is also grabbing all the files that I have created using Smart software. So that's whether you create in Smart Notebook or you've dove into our Smart Learning Suite online content, all of those files and lessons are going to be pulled up. So as you notice here on my board, all my files that I've been working on and teaching with my class on are now able for me to, with one touch, just click on and pull up, and I'm able to start teaching. So really, really cool experience. I don't have to worry about emailing something over or plugging in another device. It's all shared through the cloud, all connected through that single sign-on. And for me, I used my Google account here. So again, this is my lesson, and I could, still be interacting with the board in my lesson, and I'm able just to move through my slides with my students, right? And my lessons are all saved automatically on my board. So that is what we call file synchronization. And again, my files saved together with that one sign-on. So another very popular feature, like I brought up, is the built-in whiteboard. So Smart IQ comes with a built-in whiteboard. And one of the features you might notice right away is on the bottom, there are backgrounds, all right? So we've got all different types of backgrounds here that we can go through. For example, I used to be a math teacher. So this graphing background would be very helpful, right? Helping me to draw, you know, a little bit better straight lines and axes than what I'm used to. And we could just start inking and teaching away, right? And so additionally, my whiteboard is not just a single page whiteboard. So I can add other, you know, pages into my whiteboard if I wanted to. If I wanted to just pull up a new page and start writing welcome. If you notice, I just picked up my black pen here on my 6000S. But if I wanted to, I can change the thickness and the color to, you know, go into all the different colors and types of pens and features that you're used to. You know, maybe if you've used Smart Notebook, or if you use a, you know, a normal dry erase whiteboard, you know, you've got all your different colors, so you have those here as well. Additionally, we can start to add in other features. So we do have an option where you can add in images or videos, excuse me. So for example, here, let's just type in, let's say we're learning about, we'll continue with the shark theme from my lesson earlier. So we're going to learn about sharks today. And so what I can do is I can pull in images, and I can also pull in videos, and I can start to make my whiteboard very robust. If I go back here, you can just open up, you know, if there's a certain video I want to search for. Obviously, I just typed in shark, so you're just going to see the first videos that come up for a shark, but I can add a video right here into my lesson. I also have some really awesome math tools. So additionally than just the graph paper, I have a ruler, I have a protractor, I have all these math tools that are built in to my whiteboard for me to be able to utilize. And then my favorite and newest feature is the fact that you can also add in all these pre-made graphic organizers. So, you know, for example, the Freer model, like I said, maybe we're going to learn about sharks, and I have my own pre-created Freer model for me. So I don't have to worry about drawing it up or finding an image for me to utilize. It's right here in my whiteboard, okay? And that's just one of them. We have a brainstorming web. Pull that one up. We have, you know, your standard Venn diagram, okay? So tons and tons of different graphic organizers. And to take it one step further, we also have what are called manipulatives. So kind of the same idea in the sense of a way to organize your content and teachings, but there's also different features inside of them. So for example, we're going to talk about, you know, shopping, right? We're going shopping, and you know, I have my total is 75 cents. And so what I might ask my students to do is, you know, can you help me find 75 cents? Or what are all the different ways I could put together 75 cents with my coins? And if you notice, it's a manipulative because I can drag and drop and use these coin manipulatives here right inside of, again, my whiteboard. And we have all different types of manipulatives. We've got coins. We have a clock manipulative, so you can start talking about telling time. I'm sorry, this is going to take a second to load. There we go. We have letters. We have music notes and staffs for all the music teachers out there. So tons of built-in resources in our whiteboard. When you think about our whiteboard, it's not just your standard walk up and draw, which of course you can do, but you can make it as robust as you would like. So that is our built-in whiteboard. Again, that was right here at the top of Smart IQ. And if you notice on the left-hand side, everything that I've been working on is saving. Remember how I said it's saving under my account for me to come back to. And again, those are all in files. So if I go into files and I click on board files, you'll see all my files. Now I've had my board for a long time, but here are my files today, my 2 whiteboarding sessions. This one was from earlier. This was the one we started with. But you know, if I want to, I can start to organize these. So I can add them to folders. I can rename these and just say, you know, they're automatically date and time stamped. But I could say, you know, this one was all about sharks. All right. And I can really start to organize my board if I like. Additionally, with a built-in whiteboard, we also have a built-in browser. So think about anything that you can normally get to on the web. You know, for example, I have up our Smart Technologies website. If I wanted to, I also have up YouTube, so I can jump from tab to tab. I can open up a new tab and pull up, again, anything that I want to get to right on the web here. And usually don't have to say too much, but just like your standard browser built into your board. Awesome. All right, so we've talked about how do I sign in. We've talked about being able to pull up a whiteboard. We've talked about accessing content through the web and how we can start to organize our files. Another great thing that I mentioned in the beginning is you can also add additional apps onto your board. All right, and these are just some of the ones I've searched for or I've added already. But you can see, if I use Google Classroom a lot, what I did here is I searched for Google Classroom, and I'll do another example. I'll say, maybe I use GeoGebra. For me was a big one that I used when I was teaching. So maybe I use GeoGebra, and what I can do is I can click on, and I'll uncheck it since I've already clicked on it. I'll just click on GeoGebra Classic. So I'll have GeoGebra and GeoGebra Classic in here. But as you saw, I just searched for an app and I clicked on the plus sign. And now I have GeoGebra and GeoGebra Classic, Google Classroom, all those different apps that I can search for right in my apps library. And so what I can start to do is then start to personalize my home screen by clicking on the star in the upper left-hand corner of each application. So I'm going to do GeoGebra and Google Classroom, and maybe I also use PowerPoint a lot as well. And so when I star those applications, you can now see they're on my home screen. So they're one touch away for me to get to. So if I click on, GeoGebra, it's going to pull up GeoGebra's website, and I can start right away teaching with my class using GeoGebra. So a really great way to personalize your board, again, by adding more applications right to your home screen and making it a little bit easier for you to get to those. And then we also have what's called screen sharing. So if you are interested in being able to have your students share to the panel, or if you want to share to the panel and be able to move around the classroom, you can do that with our screen sharing.